Have you ever felt stuck in a cycle of worry and negative thoughts? Louise Hay's teachings might seem simple at first glance, but they hold the power to transform your life in ways you never imagined. It's not about complicated techniques or difficult practices. Instead, it's about changing how you think and feel inside. This change can create a ripple effect, touching every part of your life with newfound positivity and peace. Think about this. If we don't learn to control our worries and negative thoughts, they can make our lives much harder than they need to be. It's like carrying a heavy backpack everywhere you go. But here's the good news. If we use Louise Hay's ideas, we can lighten that load. We can feel happier and more positive every day. It's not just about feeling good in the moment. It's about creating a better life for ourselves in the long run. Louise Hay wasn't always the beacon of positivity and self-help that we know her as today. Born in 1926, she faced many challenges in her early life. She experienced abuse as a child, dropped out of high school, and became a single mother at a young age. Later in life, she was diagnosed with cancer. But instead of letting these hardships define her, Louise used them as stepping stones to personal growth and healing. In the 1970s, Louise began studying transcendental meditation and the power of positive thinking. She discovered that many of her own health problems were linked to her inability to let go of resentment from her past. This realization led her on a journey of self-discovery and healing, which she later shared with the world through her books and lectures. Louise's most famous book, You Can Heal Your Life, was published in 1984 and has since sold over 50 million copies worldwide. In it, she introduces the idea that our thoughts and beliefs can significantly impact our physical health and overall well-being. Louise believed that by changing our thought patterns, we could change our lives for the better. What made Louise Hay's teaching so powerful was their simplicity and accessibility. She didn't use complicated jargon or confusing concepts. Instead, she spoke in a way that everyone could understand, making her ideas easy to apply in everyday life. Her compassionate approach and personal stories of overcoming adversity resonated with millions of people around the world. Louise Hay passed away in 2017 at the age of 90, but her legacy lives on. Her teachings continue to inspire people to take control of their thoughts, embrace self-love, and create positive change in their lives. Whether you're dealing with health issues, relationship problems, or just looking to improve your overall outlook on life, Louise Hay's wisdom offers a roadmap to a happier, more fulfilling existence. As we dive deeper into Louise Hay's teachings, remember that these aren't just nice ideas. They're practical tools that have helped countless people transform their lives. By understanding and applying these concepts, you too can start to see positive changes in your life. So let's explore the key ideas that made Louise Hay's work so influential and learn how we can use them to worry less and live more. One of Louise Hay's core beliefs was that our thoughts shape our reality. She often compared our minds to gardens. Just as a garden grows whatever seeds we plant in it, our minds produce experiences based on the thoughts we feed it. If we plant seeds of worry, fear, and negativity, that's what will grow in our lives. But if we plant seeds of love, joy, and positivity, we'll see those qualities flourish instead. Think about it this way. Have you ever woken up feeling grumpy, only to find that everything seems to go wrong that day? That's because your negative thoughts are coloring your perception of events. On the flip side, when you start your day feeling positive and grateful, you're more likely to notice good things happening around you. Louise Hay believed that many of our thought patterns are formed in childhood. We pick up beliefs about ourselves and the world from our parents, teachers, and early experiences. Some of these beliefs serve us well, but others can hold us back. The good news is that we have the power to change these thoughts. Here's an example. Maybe you grew up hearing that money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy. These thoughts might lead you to believe that it's hard to make money or that having wealth is somehow bad. As a result, you might subconsciously sabotage your own financial success. But by recognizing these limiting beliefs and replacing them with more positive ones like, I am capable of creating abundance, or money allows me to help others, you can change your financial reality. Louise Hay encouraged people to pay attention to their self-talk, the constant stream of thoughts running through our minds. Are you kind to yourself in your thoughts, or are you your own harshest critic? Do you focus on what could go wrong, or do you look for opportunities? By becoming aware of our thoughts, we can start to change them. One practical way to do this is to catch yourself when you're thinking negatively. When you notice a negative thought, pause and ask yourself, is this really true? Is this thought helping me or hurting me? Then try to reframe it in a more positive way. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, you could change it to, I'm learning and growing every day. Remember, changing your thought patterns takes time and practice. It's like learning a new language or developing a new habit. At first, it might feel awkward or unnatural. You might find your mind slipping back into old patterns. But with persistence, you can create new neural pathways in your brain, making positive thinking your default mode. Louise Hay also emphasized the connection between our thoughts and our physical health. She believed that negative thoughts and emotions could manifest as physical ailments in our bodies. While it's important to note that serious health issues should always be addressed by medical professionals, Louise's ideas about the mind-body connection have gained more acceptance in recent years, even in scientific circles. For instance, studies have shown that chronic stress can weaken our immune system and make us more susceptible to illness. On the other hand, practices like meditation and positive visualization have been linked to improved health outcomes. By cultivating positive thoughts and emotions, we may be able to support our overall well-being. As you go through your day, try to be more mindful of your thoughts. Notice how they affect your mood, your interactions with others, and your perception of events. Challenge negative thoughts when they arise, and make a conscious effort to focus on the positive aspects of your life. Over time, you may be surprised at how this simple practice can transform your experience of the world. One of Louise Hay's most well-known techniques for changing our thoughts and, in turn, our lives is the use of affirmations. But what exactly are affirmations, and how do they work? Affirmations are positive statements that we repeat to ourselves, either out loud or in our minds. They're like planting those positive seeds we talked about earlier in the garden of our minds. The idea is that by repeatedly thinking or saying these positive statements, we can counteract negative beliefs and create new, empowering thought patterns. Here's how Louise Hay explained it. Every thought we think and every word we speak is an affirmation. We're constantly affirming things to be true, whether we realize it or not. When we think, "I'm so clumsy," that's an affirmation. When we say, "I'll never be able to afford that," that's an affirmation too. The problem is, these negative affirmations reinforce beliefs that limit us and hold us back. By consciously choosing positive affirmations, we can start to reshape our beliefs and ultimately our reality. It's like changing the channel in your mind from a show full of doom and gloom to one that's uplifting and inspiring. So, how do you create effective affirmations? Louise Hay suggested following a few simple guidelines. Use the present tense. Phrase your affirmations as if what you want is already true. Instead of saying, "I will be confident," say, "I am confident." Keep it positive. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Instead of, "I don't want to be poor," try, "I am attracting abundance into my life." Make it personal. Use I statements to make the affirmation about you. Keep it short and simple. Affirmations should be easy to remember and repeat. Make it specific. The more specific your affirmation, the more clearly you can visualize it. Here are some examples of affirmations Louise Hay often used. I love and approve of myself. I am worthy of love and respect. I trust the process of life. I am open to new and wonderful experiences. I am safe and all is well in my world. Now, you might be thinking, but what if I don't believe these statements? Isn't it just lying to myself? This is a common concern, and Louise Hay addressed it head on. She explained that when we first start using affirmations, they might not feel true. In fact, we might feel resistance or discomfort. This is normal. It's just our old beliefs fighting back. The key is to persist. Even if you don't fully believe the affirmation at first, keep repeating it. Think of it like watering a seed. At first, you might not see any changes, but underneath the surface, things are starting to shift. Over time, with consistent repetition, the new thought pattern will start to take root. Louise Hay recommended saying affirmations multiple times a day. You could start your morning by looking in the mirror and saying your affirmations out loud. You might write them down in a journal or stick post-it notes with affirmations around your house. Some people like to record themselves saying their affirmations and listen to the recording during their commute or while doing chores. It's also powerful to combine affirmations with other activities. For example, you could repeat affirmations while exercising, turning your workout into a mind-body practice. Or you could use them during meditation, focusing your mind on the positive statement as you breathe deeply. Remember, the goal of affirmations isn't to deny reality or pretend that everything is perfect. It's to shift your focus towards the positive, to remind yourself of your worth and potential, and to open yourself up to new possibilities. Even in difficult situations, affirmations can help you maintain a constructive mindset and find solutions rather than dwelling on problems. As you start to use affirmations, pay attention to how they make you feel. You might notice a boost in your mood, increased confidence, or a sense of calm. These positive feelings can then influence your actions, leading to real changes in your life. For example, if you've been using the affirmation, "I am confident and capable at work," you might find yourself speaking up more in meetings or volunteering for new projects. These actions can then lead to recognition from your boss or new opportunities for advancement, all stemming from a shift in your thoughts. Louise Hay's work with affirmations has inspired millions of people to take control of their thoughts and, by extension, their lives. By harnessing the power of positive self-talk, we can begin to break free from limiting beliefs and create the life we truly desire. So why not give it a try? Choose an affirmation that resonates with you and start incorporating it into your daily routine. You might be surprised at the changes that unfold. At the heart of Louise Hay's teachings is a profound yet simple idea: the importance of self-love and acceptance. She believed that many of our problems, from relationship issues to health concerns, stem from a lack of self-love. In her view, learning to truly love and accept ourselves is the foundation for creating a happy, fulfilling life. But what exactly is self-love? It's not about being selfish or narcissistic. Instead, it's about treating yourself with the same kindness, compassion, and respect that you would offer to a dear friend. It's about recognizing your own worth and value, independent of your achievements or what others think of you. Louise Hay often talked about how many of us grow up learning to criticize ourselves. We internalize messages from parents, teachers, peers, and society about how we should look, act, and be. Over time, these critical voices become our own inner dialogue. We become our own worst critics, constantly judging and finding fault with ourselves. This self-criticism can be incredibly damaging. It can lead to low self-esteem, anxiety, depression, and even physical health problems. It can hold us back from pursuing our dreams or forming healthy relationships. In essence, a lack of self-love can prevent us from living our best lives. So how do we start to cultivate self-love? Louise Hay offered several strategies. Practice self-acceptance. This means accepting yourself as you are right now, with all your perceived flaws and imperfections. It doesn't mean you can't strive to improve or grow, but it means loving yourself unconditionally, not just when you reach certain goals. Use positive self-talk. Pay attention to how you speak to yourself in your mind. Would you talk to a friend the way you talk to yourself? If not, it's time to change that inner dialogue. When you catch yourself being self-critical, pause and rephrase your thoughts in a kinder, more supportive way. Take care of your body. Self-love includes treating your body with respect. This means eating nourishing foods, getting enough rest, exercising in ways that feel good to you, and attending to your health needs. Set boundaries. Learning to say no to things that don't serve you and yes to things that do is an important part of self-love. It's about respecting your own needs and limits. 5. Forgive yourself. We all make mistakes. Instead of dwelling on past errors, learn from them and then let them go. Holding on to guilt or shame doesn't serve you. Practice gratitude, regularly acknowledging the good things in your life, including your own positive qualities, can help boost self-love. Use mirror work. This was one of Louise Hay's signature techniques. It involves looking at yourself in the mirror, making eye contact, and saying positive affirmations or loving statements to yourself. Louise Hay often shared a powerful affirmation for self-love: I love and approve of myself. She encouraged people to say this to themselves multiple times a day, especially when looking in the mirror. At first, this might feel uncomfortable or even silly. You might not believe it. But with consistent practice, it can start to shift your relationship with yourself. Remember, developing self-love is a journey, not a destination. It's something we practice every day in small ways and big ones. Some days it might feel easier than others, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep coming back to it, to keep choosing love and acceptance for yourself. As you cultivate more self-love, you might notice changes in various areas of your life. You might find it easier to set healthy boundaries in relationships. You might feel more confident pursuing your goals. You might even notice improvements in your physical health as you start treating your body with more care and respect. Moreover, when you love and accept yourself, you're better able to love and accept others. You're less likely to seek validation from others or to stay in unhealthy relationships. You're more likely to attract positive, supportive people into your life. Louise Hay believed that self-love was not just important for individual happiness, but for creating a better world. She often said, "You have the power to heal your life, and you need to know that." We think so often that we are helpless, but we're not. We always have the power of our minds. Claim and consciously use your power. By healing our relationship with ourselves, we can start to heal our relationships with others and with the world around us. We can approach life from a place of love and abundance rather than fear and scarcity. And that, according to Louise Hay, is how we create real, lasting change, both in our own lives and in the world at large. As you continue on your journey of self-discovery and growth, remember to be patient and kind with yourself. Self-love is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small it might seem. And know that by choosing to love and accept yourself, you're not just changing your own life, you're contributing to a more loving, accepting world for everyone. One of Louise Hay's most powerful teachings was about the importance of letting go, particularly when it comes to worry and anxiety. In our fast-paced, often stressful world, it's easy to get caught up in a cycle of constant worry. We fret about the future, ruminate on the past, and stress about things beyond our control. But Louise Hay believed that this worry not only doesn't help us, it actually harms us by keeping us stuck in negative patterns and preventing us from enjoying the present moment. Louise often said, "The point of power is always in the present moment." This means that no matter what happened in the past or what we fear might happen in the future, we always have the power to choose our thoughts and actions right now. Worrying about things we can't control doesn't change them. It only robs us of our peace in the present. So how do we begin to let go of worry? Louise Hay offered several strategies. Recognize that worry is a choice. The first step is to understand that worry is not something that happens to us, but something we actively do. Once we realize this, we can start to make different choices. Focus on what you can control. Often, we worry about things that are completely out of our hands. Louise suggested focusing our energy on the things we can actually influence. Practice mindfulness. By staying present in the moment, we can avoid getting caught up in anxious thoughts about the future or regrets about the past. Use positive affirmations. Statements like, "I am safe," or "all is well in my world," can help counteract worried thoughts. Trust in the process of life. Louise believed that the universe is always working in our favor, even when we can't see it. Trusting in this can help us let go of the need to control everything. Release the past. Louise often talked about the importance of forgiving and releasing past hurts. Holding on to old grievances only keeps us stuck in negative patterns. Take care of your physical health. Louise recognized the strong connection between mind and body. Taking care of our physical health through good nutrition, exercise, and rest can help reduce worry and anxiety. Louise also introduced the concept of thought watching. This involves observing our thoughts without judgment, as if we were watching clouds pass by in the sky. By doing this, we can start to see our worries for what they are, just thoughts, not reality. She encouraged people to ask themselves, is this worry helping me in any way? Most often the answer is no. Once we recognize that our worry isn't serving us, it becomes easier to let it go. Another powerful technique Louise suggested was to set aside specific worry time. If you find yourself worrying throughout the day, tell yourself you'll address those concerns during your designated worry time. Often when that time comes, you'll find that many of the things you were worrying about have resolved themselves or no longer seem as important. Remember, letting go of worry is a process. It's not about never having worried thoughts, but about changing our relationship to those thoughts. With practice, we can learn to acknowledge our worries without getting caught up in them, and then consciously choose to focus on more positive, empowering thoughts instead. Louise Hay was a firm believer in the power of practice. She knew that understanding these concepts intellectually was just the first step. The real transformation happens when we consistently apply them in our daily lives. Here are some practical exercises based on Louise Hay's teachings that you can start using today. Mirror work. This was one of Louise's signature practices. Stand in front of a mirror, look into your own eyes, and say something loving to yourself. It might feel awkward at first, but with practice, it becomes a powerful tool for self-love. Start with simple statements like, I love you, or you're doing the best you can. Do this for a few minutes each day, gradually increasing the time as you get more comfortable. Gratitude journal. Every night before bed, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big things or small moments from your day. This practice helps shift your focus to the positive aspects of your life. Body love meditation. Lie down comfortably and close your eyes. Starting from your toes and moving up to your head, focus on each part of your body and say, I love and accept you exactly as you are. This exercise helps foster a loving relationship with your body. Worry box. Write down your worries on small pieces of paper and put them in a box. Set a specific time each week to open the box and go through your worries. You'll often find that many of them have resolved themselves or no longer seem significant. Affirmation. Cards. Write positive affirmations on index cards and place them around your home or office. Read them aloud whenever you see them. You could also create a deck of affirmation cards and draw one each morning to set the tone for your day. Forgiveness. Letter. Write a letter to someone you need to forgive, including yourself if necessary. Express your feelings and then state your forgiveness. You don't need to send the letter. The act of writing it can be healing in itself. Positive self-talk challenge. For 1 week, commit to catching your negative self-talk and immediately replacing it with a positive statement. Keep a tally of how many times you do this each day. Visualization exercise. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your ideal life. See yourself living the life you want, feeling the emotions you desire. Louise believed this practice could help align our energy with our desires. Self-love date. Once a week, take yourself on a date. Do something you enjoy just for you. This could be as simple as taking a relaxing bath or as elaborate as a day trip to somewhere new. Healing light visualization. Louise often used this for physical healing. Visualize a healing light entering your body and surrounding any areas of pain or illness. See this light soothing and healing your body. Remember, the key to these exercises is consistency. You might not see immediate results, but with regular practice, you'll likely start noticing positive changes in your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. Louise Hay's teachings have touched millions of lives around the world. Here are a few personal stories that illustrate the transformative power of her work. Sarah's story. Sarah had always struggled with low self-esteem and negative self-talk. She constantly criticized herself, especially about her appearance. After reading Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life, Sarah decided to try mirror work. At first, she could barely look at herself in the mirror, let alone say anything positive. But she persisted, starting with simple affirmations like, I am worthy of love. After a few weeks, she noticed she was being kinder to herself in her thoughts. After a few months, her confidence had grown significantly. She started taking better care of herself, pursued a promotion at work, which she got, and even started dating again after years of avoiding relationships. Tom's journey. Tom had been dealing with chronic back pain for years. He'd tried various medical treatments, but nothing seemed to provide lasting relief. A friend introduced him to Louise Hay's ideas about the mind-body connection. Tom was skeptical at first, but decided to give it a try. He started using affirmations focused on back health and practiced visualizing his back strong and pain-free. He also worked on forgiving people he'd been harboring resentment towards, as Louise suggested that back problems can be linked to feeling unsupported. To his surprise, over time, his back pain began to decrease. While he continued with his medical treatments, he found that combining them with Louise's techniques led to significant improvement in his overall well-being. Maria's transformation. Maria had always been a worrier. She constantly fretted about her children, her job, and the future. This constant state of anxiety was affecting her sleep and her relationships. After attending a workshop based on Louise Hay's teachings, Maria learned about the concept of letting go. She started practicing mindfulness and using affirmations like, I trust the process of life, and all is well in my world. She also began setting aside specific worry time each day, which helped her contain her anxious thoughts. Over time, Maria found herself feeling more relaxed and present. Her relationships improved as she was able to be more fully engaged with her loved ones instead of being lost in worry. David's career shift. David had been in a job he disliked for years, but felt stuck due to financial obligations. He believed he wasn't qualified for anything better. After being introduced to Louise Hay's work by a friend, David started using affirmations related to career success and abundance. He also did mirror work, telling his reflection each morning, "You are talented and deserving of a fulfilling career." As his self-belief grew, David found the courage to take some online courses to expand his skills. He started networking and eventually landed a job he loved with better pay. David credits Louise Hay's teachings with giving him the confidence to make this life-changing move. These stories demonstrate how Louise Hay's teachings can be applied to various aspects of life, from self-esteem and physical health to career and relationships. While everyone's journey is unique, these examples show the potential for positive change when we shift our thoughts and beliefs. Practical exercise: putting Louise Hay's ideas into action. Now that we've explored Louise Hay's key teachings, let's dive into a practical exercise you can try right away. This exercise combines several of Louise's favorite techniques and can help you start shifting your thoughts and feelings in a positive direction. Find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed for about 10 minutes. Stand or sit in front of a mirror. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Look into your own eyes in the mirror. At first, this might feel uncomfortable, but try to maintain eye contact with yourself. Start with a simple affirmation. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. Say this out loud to your reflection. As you say this, pay attention to any feelings or thoughts that come up. You might feel resistance or discomfort. That's okay. It's normal. Continue repeating the affirmation, speaking slowly and clearly. Try to infuse your voice with warmth and compassion, as if you were speaking to a dear friend. After a few repetitions, you can add other affirmations if you like. Some examples: I am worthy of love and respect. I trust the process of life. I am safe and all is well in my world. Do this for about 5 to 10 minutes. If you feel emotional during this exercise, that's perfectly fine. Allow yourself to feel whatever comes up. When you're done, take a moment to reflect on how you feel. You might want to journal about your experience. Try to do this exercise daily for at least a week. Many people find that it becomes easier and more powerful with practice. Remember, the goal isn't to force positive feelings, but to gradually shift your relationship with yourself to one of greater love and acceptance. Let's look at a real-life example of how Louise Hay's ideas can transform someone's life. Meet Emily, a 35-year-old teacher who struggled with anxiety and low self-esteem for most of her life. Emily always felt like she wasn't good enough. She constantly compared herself to others and worried about what people thought of her. This affected her relationships, her work, and her overall happiness. She often had trouble sleeping due to racing thoughts and worries about the future. One day, a colleague gave Emily a copy of Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. At first, Emily was skeptical. The idea that she could change her life by changing her thoughts seemed too simple, but she decided to give it a try. Emily started small, choosing one affirmation to repeat daily. I am worthy of love and respect. She said this to herself in the mirror every morning, even though it felt awkward and she didn't believe it at first. She also began paying attention to her negative self-talk. Whenever she caught herself thinking something critical, she'd pause and ask, is this really true? Is this thought helping me? Often, she realized her harsh self-judgments weren't based in reality. Gradually, Emily noticed changes. She started sleeping better. She felt more confident speaking up in staff meetings at work. She even started dating again after years of avoiding relationships due to fear of rejection. One of the biggest changes came when Emily applied Louise Hay's teachings to her physical health. She had always struggled with frequent headaches, which doctors couldn't fully explain. Following Louise's ideas about the mind-body connection, Emily reflected on what her headaches might be telling her. She realized they often occurred when she was holding on to resentment or anger. Emily started practicing forgiveness, both for herself and others. She used affirmations like, "I release all tension from my body," and "I am at peace with myself and others." To her surprise, the frequency of her headaches decreased significantly. After about 6 months of consistently applying Louise Hay's techniques, Emily felt like a different person. Her anxiety had reduced dramatically. She had more energy and enthusiasm for life. Her relationships improved as she became more confident and less dependent on others' approval. Emily's story illustrates how powerful Louise Hay's teachings can be when applied consistently over time. While everyone's journey is unique, Emily's experience shows that small, daily changes in our thoughts and beliefs can lead to significant improvements in our overall well-being. As we've explored Louise Hay's teachings throughout this video, we've seen how seemingly simple ideas can have a profound impact on our lives. From the power of our thoughts to shape our reality, to the transformative effects of self-love and positive affirmations, Louise Hay's wisdom offers a roadmap to a happier, more fulfilling life. Remember, the key to benefiting from these teachings is consistent practice. Change doesn't happen overnight, but with patience and persistence, you can shift your thoughts, beliefs, and ultimately your life experiences. Start small, choose one affirmation that resonates with you, and repeat it daily. Pay attention to your self-talk and gently redirect negative thoughts. Practice self-love and acceptance, even and especially when it feels challenging. Let go of worries about things you can't control and focus on the present moment. As Louise Hay often said, you have the power to heal your life. This doesn't mean that life will always be easy or that challenges won't arise. But by applying these principles, you can develop the resilience and positive mindset to navigate life's ups and downs with greater ease and joy. Remember, you are worthy of love, respect, and happiness simply because you exist. You don't need to earn these things or prove your worth. As you internalize this truth and align your thoughts and actions with it, you may be amazed at the positive changes that unfold in your life. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Louise Hay's transformative teachings. I encourage you to take what resonates with you and apply it in your daily life. You have the power to create positive change. Why not start today? If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe to our channel for more content on personal growth and spiritual development. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights might inspire others on their own journeys of self-discovery and healing. Remember, in the words of Louise Hay, every thought we think is creating our future. Choose thoughts of love, acceptance, and positivity, and watch as your life transforms. Until next time, take care and be kind to yourself.